Hey guys, this is a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant placements in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading or this video, if you're cross-watching, like you're another sign, you're watching for someone you know who's a Gemini, for whatever reason you're watching this. So if you're drawn to it, you're drawn to it. For more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate, check out my other videos that I've either already made or will make in the future that are of all these same situations. Energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of this may apply. It could have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this for you, and it could be someone else significant to you. Some, none, or all of it may apply. So just take what fits, leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. Thank you so much for those of you who have donated to the channel. You've inquired about donating. For those of you who are interested, all the information, like my PayPal information, is in the description box below. And it really helps. A lot of people are asking for reciprocity of energy. If the video has helped you, or just the give-take of energy. Also, thank you for those of you who have participated in services. I love working with you guys. And again, the information is in the description box below. So read all of it, including the disclaimer. If you still have questions, email me. All my services are there except for my shamanic services, which will be added soon. So if you're interested in those for anything of energy work, needing work done in your energy field, feeling stuck, soul retrievals, seeing your shadow contracts, just seeing things in your underworld or your shadow world. You just need help with that, inner child, shadow work type stuff, or really just don't really know what's going on, like soul retrieval and shamanic type stuff. Just email me about that. It should be coming out soon. We're all listed on there. It's just not listed yet. Why do I feel stuck? Like I'm having a hard time thinking and talking. Anyways, all that information is in the description box below. My PayPal information, service information, donation information, email information, all of that. Also, thank you so much for those of you who have liked, shared, and subscribed, and commented on the videos. I can't always reply to all the comments. I do as much as I can, and then I read all of them. I love connecting with your guys' energies. So if you can't donate or you can't do a service, please know that you liking the video and commenting on the video is equally as much of a reciprocity of energy to me, just out of the kindness of your heart, or if it's helped you in some way, because it supports my channel, it helps circulation, and it helps others get the message as well that need it. So please like the comment, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and please make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell, because I have a lot of things going on, some social, like this social media, some of it in person, but I'm expanding in a lot of ways, and I have other videos I haven't put out yet. So make sure you've hit the bell and subscribed so you don't miss any of those videos coming out. I've really been trying to put all that together. It's been kind of hectic lately with everything going on. But anyways, so Gemini. So I'm just going to get started with your reading so to tap into the energy. In the center of your reading, you have the Six of Swords and you have the Hierophant. I'm not quite sure. I kind of feel two different energies with this, and I'm not sure if I'm feeling your energy or if I'm feeling a split between two groups. Although this would seem, with the Six of Swords and the Hierophant, that you're moving on, you know, to calmer waters type thing within a type of belief or tradition or commitment, I really get the vibe that there's something you're not seeing for many reasons, which other cards we will get to, but also I just get this walking away from something vibe. And also, this person is walking towards the full moon. So it's like they're walking towards either confusion or an illusion. And you're also in the back, like you're following someone else. But yet looking back, there's like an unsureness about this. Maybe even between you and someone else, or even a group of people. Somebody that you feel brings you a level of peace, maybe even a higher understanding. I mean, with this Hierophant, it could just be commitment or tradition. But for some reason, I really get the vibe that either you look up to this person or people or a situation, or they just make you feel really good on one way. So it's just funny, you have like the Six of Swords has 3 people and the Hierophant has 3 people. So I think, I'm not sure if you realize it yet, I think you're moving to calmer waters. And you might be. I really don't get that though. If it is, I don't think it's long lived. Let's just go on. Tell me about the Hierophant. 4 of Swords. I mean, it's definitely giving you a mental break right now. A little bit of one. You are strategizing a little bit. But for the most part, you're taking a mental break. Yeah. I think you feel you're okay where you are. You're kind of watching and observing, but your wheels aren't turning so much. And you're just kind of chilling there for a minute. What's crossing you, though, is the 7 of Swords. So I think you're choosing to be part of something. You're not keeping something blocked away from you. You're kind of choosing to get into the game again, if you will, whether that be dating or a job. In some way, you're choosing to enter the game again, or the playing field. Tell me about the 7 of Swords. I just feel like it's not going to be something that turns out the way you want or expect it to. I think you just kind of always end up waiting. You kind of always, it's always almost like you end up it never really exactly being what you want or expect it to be. And so you know, it's like I get the vibe, and there's a cycle I'm seeing here. I feel that it kind of ends up in a similar way as things do many times for you. Maybe just in a similar but a different way. There's just really something here that you're not seeing. Maybe this could be deception towards you. It might very well just be deception towards yourself. It might be both. Either way, you're definitely entering the game again on something, especially with this Six of Swords walking into the Hierophant. And I just really get a vibe again, like entering the game. And I think that's really significant here on entering the game again. Because I think really maybe that's where you're not possibly seeing things correctly, is you might be thinking you're entering like a committed traditional type of relationship or something, and really maybe the way you see it, and maybe the way this other person or situation or whatever sees it is not the same, or maybe even the way you go about it is differently. But it seems more of like a game. It's coming up very strongly. In the foundation of the reading, you have the Judgment card. So really seeing things and making a proper judgment, like hearing the call. I just don't think you see right now. Tell me about the Judgment. Yeah. Because what you have, which is funny, some of you might be dealing with a Taurus, because I just pulled out but put back in the King of Pentacles, and then the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords came out. And the Hierophant is sitting in the center of your reading, which is what I was building off of. There's something you're not seeing. Some level of knowledge that either you don't and you will see, or your guides or the universe is trying to get you to see some maybe end of a cycle or something that you need to see. There definitely feels to be a pattern here, because in your cards it's like yeah, so you have Page of Swords, the Moon. Yeah, you definitely don't see some Page of Swords and the Moon. Like I said, it seems like you're walking towards the Moon there. But you have the Four of Wands and you have the Ace of Cups. Then you go from the Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Wands. So it goes more to singleness, moving forward, love for yourself, then going back out with people, realizing you're lonely again, you're by yourself, you get your value up, you're holding to yourself, you disconnect things. Here's another possible toxic energy coming in. Then you go to Nine of Swords, then you go to Devil, then you go to Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. It's like it just has the vibe that it just goes like this again. Like you pull away, you get it away from you, you get on your own space, you get recalibrated, you go out and have fun again, screw dating, then you get balance in your energy again. And then either you decide to start dating again, or somebody else comes in and you're like, let's give it another go. Whether you're not looking at the signs or the red flags, or like you're just like, I can handle it, you know? Like you get so feeling good again that you forget what it was like, or you forget the lessons, or like you think you can handle it, you know, and just have fun. Like, I'm a Gemini, you know, I'll see it, I'll outwit them. And the problem is, especially for something you're trying to figure out, for a possibly like not as evolved Gemini, or one really in touch with their emotions, I don't think you really realize how much your emotions really play in all this and how much they control you. Because I think you keep going in, like you pull away, you know, get back in your space. And then you're like, I'm doing my thing. And you feel good again. And then you go out with friends. And then you're like, I don't want to date. And then somebody comes in, or you do. And you're like, whatever. I enjoy talking to people. I can handle this. I've learned. I've grown. But because you haven't taken the time to really, like, discover a part of yourself, like what's going on emotionally, that something in you, like it controls you in some way like that. It's like you think you have control, but you don't. Or you think you see it, but you don't. Like you totally are not seeing something about yourself. And it's not even just, I think that you're going towards possibly the wrong people and that keeps playing out karmically. I think it's that you're not seeing something about your emotions or about your shadow. And you just I just get you keep entering into a same thing. There's definitely a cycle here repeating. And there's something you're not seeing. It's trying to get you to see. That way you can go from the judgment to the world, which ends the cycle, which then catapults you into the Fool. And then start it over in a whole new journey. You're bypassing steps without realizing what this is, this lesson. To wrap it up, you're trying to just go to Fool and build anew, and it's not really working without you really seeing. So anyways, let's move on. In your past, you have the King of Cups. So could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Someone could be watching you. I really get, could. I also get that you could be really watching somebody that you're really wanting to build with. You're kind of like, it seems pretty good. It's fun for now. I'll keep an eye on them. And that's what I noticed too with some Geminis is like, they tend to build when they're watching people or just like have fun, which then is hard to pull out because you've invested. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to solidify this commitment. But I'll just continue to watch while you're just not really saying anything. You're maintaining balance. You're a little bit at a distance. You're speaking, you're interacting, but you're not speaking everything you're thinking or feeling or seeing. You're just watching. You're keeping an eye on things. You're definitely building, though, because, you've got the Hierophant there, and you had the King of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Wands at the end of the bottom of this deck. So it really doesn't do very good to like sit back and watch somebody, because if you're sitting there watching them like that in the way this is, it's like, I like it, it's pretty good, it makes me happy, it's fun enough for now at the least, but obviously something is raising enough red flags for you to feel like you want to hold back and watch. It could be your past, but it could also be that you see things. Why sit back and watch? So we could have Scorpio. You have Seven of Wands and Death. You're trying to emotionally stay distant. It's like you're trying to end a cycle or the way you go about things. Yet, I just get this vibe like you're building. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't really get why you're building if you're still not sure about the person or situation or thing or whatever, or people. Because you're obviously not sure. You're trying to keep something at a certain arm's length. You're trying to end a certain cycle. Fine, whatever. Keep watching. Slightly entertaining. Why build, though? Because that makes it hard to pull out. Because then you have an investment. Then you feel jaded. Then you feel resentful because you wasted a lot of your time and energy. And it also throws mixed signals to yourself and this person. There's a stronger hold over you. Just saying. Just like a side note. Just wondering why. Maybe that's a part of your cycle you might want to start to change, as long as you're trying to end things. Like, Why can't you just stay mostly at a distance without you pushing forth or the other pushing forth and just enjoying each other's company and not getting too serious at first? Or even for a little while, especially if you're unsure. I just wouldn't build if you're unsure. But maybe you could be also just going really slow and not wanting to go too fast. And you're just like, okay, as you pass this test, I'll give you a little bit more. As you pass this test, I'll give you a little bit more. I kind of feel that. I mostly don't. I mostly think you're building, but you're just watching and you think that you could pull out whenever you want to. And I don't think you realize that you're more invested than you feel like you are. In the crowning position, you have Temperance. So I think you think you're going about this pretty balanced. Maybe you are. We'll see as this goes on. We'll see. I think you're kind of fooling yourself a little bit, though. I think it's coming across as more of a burden to you. It started out as fun. It started out as flirty. It started out as feeling good. You've probably adjusted little things even to where you're able to maintain it. But in some ways, it's still a burden. It's not so fun anymore. But you're able to maintain a balance to it. Again, I feel like there's some mental screwery here where it's like the level of investment because you're building, even though you're not sure, is somewhat messing with your mind to thinking, it's not that bad. It's doable. I could work with it. And if it really gets too bad, I could always just pull out at any time. I've definitely learned that lesson. But I don't think you really see. So I think you have the Seven of Swords, and I think in your foundation, I think you have the Judgment, is to help you see. And this, clearly, this guy's not seeing. I think that's why you're able to keep making excuses, if you will, for lack of better words, excuses, is because of the level of investment. It's like, it's kind of like the same idea. So I don't know, maybe you're having sex with this person, but it's kind of like the same idea is if somebody's having sex with somebody, it creates that tie. So they tend to make more excuses for the person, and it's easier to be with somebody that you shouldn't be with or to turn toxic than if you're not having sex with them. It's a way easier to see what somebody's really about and what's going on, and to see more either past your emotions or in balance with your mind and emotions. It's the same here. So I don't know if you're sleeping with them or if that has anything to do with it. Of course, this could also be work or whatever. But for some reason, even if it's like you've been with them for so long, you're not sure, you don't know if you should be there, you don't know if it makes you happy, you get a weird vibe while you're there, but hey, it brings you money, you'll do it for now. And just as little things come up, it just, like I said, it makes it, as those little things inch in, it just makes it easier to stay and to make excuses or to look past. And this is where your cycle keeps going, I think, because of you building when you're still not sure and you're having like you're like having red flags. In your likely future, you have the Empress, you have the Page of Cups. So some of you, this could literally be a child. either you or somebody else getting pregnant. It could be full on just abundant and creative energy. For sure, creating and building. Tell me about the Empress. Tell me about the Page of Cups. I think as of right now and into the likely future, I think you remain in your receptive, creative state. I think you're bringing forth that nurturing, creative side of you. It feels more balanced. You feel more abundant. You know, your inner child is getting a lot of the attention that you like. There's victory here. You just feel good about it. And you do continue to build and create and nurture whatever this is. But something about you, I just keep getting this vibe, something about you still remains unsure. I don't know if it's like legit or if it's just a shadow thing that you're working through. Let's do something. You're definitely waiting to see, though, because where you are is the Hanged Man. So you're definitely sitting there, like you're just waiting and you're watching and observing and you're keeping held back and somewhat to yourself. You're waiting. You're trying to see. I just feel like even though things in you feel good, it's feeding some part of you. Some part of you is like, I don't know about this, or something's off. I mean, it's even confusing me a little bit, because to some degree, so many things come up as positive. But some don't. Let's see. Show me about the energy that's around Gemini that they're dealing with. What's their true energy underneath all of this? This person definitely has a type of dualistic energy, or different faces at the least. There's different energies they're possibly either working through or presenting. This person is very unsure. And I think that's what you're picking up on. Is that, I mean, it's really coming across like you're not sure, but I think you're not sure because you can tell they're not sure. Or there's something that's off or that's not fully committed or maybe as committed as you are. I don't know. This feels very back and forth. I'm just going to tell you what I see. And the way I interpret it. And then you guys can take it or leave it at that point. Because, you know, what I want may not be what you guys want. So, but this person's energy is very back and forth. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you these cards. It's like they know, then they're trying to use their intuition. A lot of their energy seems to be like one of their shadow sides, if you will, seems to be to want what they can't have. Maybe to stop even you or other people from having those things, but at the very least, they could be one of those, the grass is greener on the other side things, or they want what they can't have, or once they have something, it's kind of boring. And then they usually like wait a little while, and then there'll be like some type of chaotic energy and stuff going around in their head. It turns hostility like, and then it becomes quiet and fine again. And then as confidence is built up, then this person they either walk away or they start stuff again because they feel tied up and they want to go do what's them and in their heart and brings them balance. Whether that's you or something else, I don't think it's you. It could be. Either way, there's going to be type of storm energy to all this because you have it a lot up here and you have it a lot that came up in this other deck. I think this person, and I could be wrong, may be coming to show you something and to show you a lesson or something about yourself. Because the thing is, I'm just going with what I'm feeling here. So if this is not you, cool. If it goes this way, but then you guys work it out and it's great and happy ever after that, awesome. But you're not listening to yourself. And I don't know if it's for them to show you a cycle, for them to show you how you ignored signs or what you were feeling. You could have even be better off this time than other times, but still something else you have to see. I think you're taking it, I don't think you're giving credit to like what you're really feeling though. I think you think it's, and by what I'm saying is like, yes, it's you, but I think the reason that you're unsure about it is because you're actually feeling the fact that they're unsure about it. Even though they're presenting a certain whatever, that's why you're seeing that certain things aren't really lining up exactly. And you're feeling that, so you're taking it as though, I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know if I'm sure about this. Let me just watch and see. I'm going to move forward and build. Why? Because you're actually the one who's committed here for the most part. You're just picking something up on their part. And you're not really listening to yourself or staying there, just not building. I think you're picking up on them. So here's you nurturing this situation and creating and building and waiting to see. In your environment, here's their energy, pretty much in a nutshell. You have the Knight of Swords and you have the Chariot reversed. So this person is very impulsive. They're very, maybe a little bit rash in their decisions. They're not moving forward very well, and they're definitely not in alignment. They're also not going to, like, go anywhere. So this could be someone you're dealing with now, someone in your past, whatever. Just associate as necessary, but they're definitely, like, blah, blah, blah. They come in fast. Like, they're just kind of intense or aggressive about it. They're may not right now be like trying to go anywhere, or maybe not even trying to grow, to be honest with you. Like, they're just there. Like, they're not, let's see if I can pull anything on it. Like, I view the Chariot as like mind, body, soul, everything's in alignment so he can move forward. And they're not, and I don't think they're trying. Tell me about the Chariot reversed. Yeah. So, Chariot reversed again, 10 of Cups reversed, and 8 of Cups. This person just really has a lot that they're unsure about. They're going back and forth. They just really don't know. And they see you as the Page of Swords. A little of like, I know, you're willing to speak your truth. You're curious about this venture. You're willing to see. Maybe even a little naive. Young-hearted, but maybe even a little naive. I mean, they're coming up as a knight. You're coming up as the page. It could just be more of their intensity and them just coming in a different way, but I feel like they might know more what's going on here about something than you do. I'm not sure if they're telling you or not. What your hopes are is the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Like, you're hoping for balance, you're hoping for equal give and take, and you're hoping that it's some longevity that you can build. And you could reap the rewards off of for a long, over time. Your fears are the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if you fear your karma. I don't know if you fear things changing. It's on the house, so you could fear this same foundation. Maybe you're more emotionally unavailable than you realize, which is very likely the case, because otherwise you would probably realize whatever it is about this person if you were emotionally available. And then your likely outcome, you have the Emperor. So you do have in your likely future the Empress. In your likely outcome, you have the Emperor. I think these are both you, though. I think in your likely future, I think you continue to nurture the situation. Maybe even treat this person like a child. I don't know. You nurture them. But I think you end up being like this Emperor, which is a little bit like less nurturing anymore. You've kind of closed up back down. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Oh well. And he's kind of just looking a little more stoic, but to himself, not really trying to build anymore. He's looking for direction or looking at plans or strategies. And he's looking for guidance. Like he has these horns. Oh, there it goes. It's clear. On top of his head. He's looking to the stars or constellations. But he's very much isolated. Tell me about the Emperor. Yeah. And Magician. Like you're looking to build again. To manifest. But it's a new journey. Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. I don't think it turns out the way you thought it was. Because I think you're less nurturing about this. Not as happy. You're not putting as much time into it. I get more of a solidarity or whatever type of, I don't know why I can't talk today, type card. I think you're putting your creative energies into the wrong place, or not wrong for judgment's sake, but in ways that are not necessarily benefiting you. So let's look at your oracle cards. You have creativity, imagination. Each day is a new canvas to paint upon. Make sure your picture is full of life and happiness. And at the end of the day, you don't look back at it. You don't look at it and wish you had painted something different. So I think you're putting your creative energies, like I just don't think you're using them to your advantage. And maybe that's something that you now realize with the Judgment card being in your foundation. Like maybe this whole cycle makes you realize and be like, F this. Like, let me put my energy and creation and creative energies into me and into things I can control instead of things outside of me and things that I can't, and build that. And then whatever happens, happens. And that might just work out for you and then build a business or whatever. But usually that's when you start to manifest the stuff you're truly then in alignment with. Something in you right now is not in alignment with that you're really seeking. You're missing some type of lesson. And I think that's why you had the Magician with the Emperor in your likely outcome, is because I think you might see it now after whatever this is. Because then you have Rock Bottom. You have Faith reversed. This is Faith. Faith reversed. And then you have Storm. So I think something really like either comes out, or I don't want to say blows up in your face, but maybe. Let me see. We all have to pass through difficult times in our lives. When things get tough, our vision and understanding can often become clouded. The feeling of being alone in it all, and even feeling abandoned by spirit in your darkest hour, can be overwhelming, but you are not alone at all. Hold on and hang in there. Every storm eventually passes. This will not last forever. This card is here to remind you that you really do have the strength and courage to survive anything that comes your way. Spirit is here supporting you in every step you take. Clouds always part, and the sun will make its way through once again. It is important to remember that whatever you are going through right now is for your highest learning and understanding. This card may come to you if you are having difficulty in your relationship with others. It is vital to remember that underneath anger is hurt. Forgiveness for yourself and others is a key to moving forward and healing this. This card also comes to you if you are experiencing any type of crisis, whether it is in your daily life or within your inner being. Just know that this is happening to enable you to see what is not yet in alignment with your highest good. Okay, let me read that again because that's important. Just know that this is not happening. Just know that this is happening to enable you to see what is not yet in alignment of your highest good and what no longer serves you. This is your opportunity to make any needed changes in your life and to heal some very deep wounds from the past. Just know that you can survive this with your sanity intact. You will be stronger, more understanding, and more compassionate with yourself and others. Have faith in yourself, faith that you can and will make it through this. Spirit is here to support you as you find your own light at the end of this tunnel. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, I think you're having a hard time having faith through the storm. And you are feeling like you're just hitting more of rock bottom on this. But it's really to show you something about yourself, because you just keep creating and you keep creating in ways that are not beneficial to you. And it really needs you to see something. You're like, not listening to yourself. Which, how are you going to build if you don't listen to yourself? You're not in alignment yet with what you want, because you need to like complete some cycle and raise your vibration. You need to heal some emotional wounds. And you're just not listening to yourself. You're like trying to like be logical about it and not focus on how you feel. Meanwhile, you're going to look back and be like, I felt all along like something was wrong. Even if not like on a conscious level like you did, because you're remaining distant in some way. You're watching, yet you're building. That doesn't go well together, you know? Like, you don't build with somebody that you're still unsure about, or that you're really staying at a distance and watching like, I'll watch, I'll get them, and maybe I can either handle it or I'll pull away if it comes to it. But then because you just keep investing and you keep putting time in, all these other little flags that keep popping up that normally you'd be like, nope, you like tend to make more excuses for, because you are building. Nobody wants to wipe away what they've built. You know, most people do not want to. So, yeah. I hope, I actually think this is a positive reading. I hope you really see and take it from this, because then that means if this is true and you utilize this to your advantage, then when you build now in your likely outcome, you will actually build within yourself and your intuition and what you'll listen to yourself, and you'll also look above for your guidance. Like, this guy is clearly, he's listening to his intuition. Like, here's the antlers, his intuition. He's isolated by himself. Don't isolate too much, but he's isolated in a way. He's back to nature, and he's looking above for answers. Great. Hopefully they also help you, you know, with doing your work and stuff, but yeah, that's good. I feel like there's one more thing I should present to you. Maybe some cards for guidance or something. But don't get too discouraged, or maybe if you see this and you've been feeling this, like, take action before it gets too bad. Maybe you need to have it run its course for your lessons. Now don't you go up there. Hey, you're gonna mess up the screen. It does end up well for you, though. Can I get a couple cards of advice, Gemini? Tells you not to worry. Just believe through this and have confidence. If there's any question you had, there's no with an exclamation point. Don't stop. So don't stop going forward. Like I said, don't let this discourage you. Don't worry about it. Don't get hung up on it. Keep believing. Have confidence. Just take the lesson that this teaches you. This is a stepping stone. You know, if your emotions aren't that involved, you should have no problem doing that. But we both know they are a little bit, so it's okay. But just be willing to give or take with this on the lessons and release and surrender and just keep going. Move forward, get some fresh air. Make sure you communicate clearly, not only with your voice, but with your body and listening to yourself. Just see the lesson, see the love in this situation. Get dreaming again about what you want. And get trustworthy guidance if there's somebody you really trust. Like, go to them for guidance, especially as you're moving through all this. And try to take the lessons and leave the rest, you know, so that you can have that heart of a child, but the elder wisdom. Yes. And when you do that, it is going to have a peaceful resolution, and you will have success. These are your endings. Yes. Peaceful resolution, and you will have success. Am I talking about with this person or situation? No, not necessarily. I think it's what you want. This actually, and that's why this is a good thing. This is actually bringing you closer to what you want. Even though your mind's going to tell you it's bringing you further away, it's not. This is a stepping stone. This actually was stopping you from what you want, but actually it's a good thing because it's teaching you this lesson to get you closer to what you want. Okay? So please roll with it and have faith and trust and just take the lesson, let the rest go, and keep moving forward. Just move forward in a different way and start to listen to yourself now, okay? And do the work on your emotions so that they don't override your own intuition. But I love you guys. Keep your head up through all of this. It's coming, okay? Stepping stone. It's okay. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Reciprocity of energy. You know, please like, comment on the video. It takes 2 seconds to do. If this has helped you or you want to support my channel, if this video has helped you, donation, PayPal information is below. Service information is in the description box below, except for my shamanic services. So if you feel like you're blocked or you're doing things you don't know why, what's in my shadow, what's in my underworld, what's going on that's causing all of this, what's out of balance in my energy space, hit me up if you want to inquire about shamanic services. Anyways, all the information is in the description box below, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.